Yeah. It's the Dr. Greenthumb Show. This hat is a little too. Dr. Greenthumb Show live on Twitch, Discord, Kick, X, YouTube, home site, www.brealtv. What it be like? To my right, Mr. Goodlight, DJ C minus.
What up, everyone? Happiest of Thursdays to you all.
True that. We also have my man, Psycho Leezy, in the building.
Yeah. All right.
We got the Treehouse crew, the legendary Treehouse crew, Bolton, Blabo, Bra, Bra, and the Dominator.
Yo, what up? Just tree housing it up.
That's right. And we got the illustrious son, Doobie, in the building.
Yo, sorry about my voice. It's from the show on Tuesday, man. I'm a little raspy.
Well, all right.
Yeah, all right.
That's all right. I don't know if y'all saw this. Well, it was on Shade 45 earlier, covering a shift, if you will. And while we were sitting there watching, broadcasting, we were watching a side monitor showing the KTLA news, and there was a chase happening. Somebody had apparently stole the work truck, a city work truck, right?
Wow.
And, before we knew who or what it was, the person driving this truck was mashing, like high speed. And eventually they put out the spike strips on the freeway to try and slowing this person down. Mm-hmm. Front tires got racked. Oof. They were all the way down to the rim, and they were like rolling. It didn't stop the roll. There was one action where a Tesla sees them coming and tries to intervene and get in front of the car and brings the truck to a stop. Ooh. And so the police that were following him, they had a chance to get out of their whips and go, try to get him out there, because the person in front of him didn't even leave enough space to back up or pull forward for them to get away. It was like a perfect setup for the cops. When the cops start getting out of the car to effectively get in position to, surround the vehicle, the fucking Tesla ends up pulling away and then lets the fucking car go. And then fucking starts mashing again at fucking 90 miles an hour with no rims, right? Then the helicopter finally gets the money shot. And it's a chick.
Oh.
A chick stole the city truck and was fucking rolling. And then, she finally gets out. Maybe ran out of gas or was just like, fuck it. There's no getting away.
Right.
Your tires are blown out. There's nowhere you could drive to with this city truck right here. And
she was on a mission.
She was on a mission. But, look, that's her throwing the keys out to let them know she's done with the run. She's got her hands up so they don't shoot her ass the minute she gets out of the city truck. They don't know if she's armed or not. They just know this bitch can drive.
Yo.
Yeah, we were watching that.
Oh, shit. Damn. And she did it with clogs.
I got to give it to her. That's crazy,
Yeah.
man.
You know what I mean?
All of this car chasing it's about to come to an end, B.
You think so?
I heard some new shit that's coming. The new thing is they're gonna lock a drone to your car.
Yeah.
And now until you run out of gas and they just come and scoop you up.
Hey, that is
that chasing you.
Hey.
Yeah, that
drone is gonna be right on you.
And you won't even know it.
You
wouldn't even know it because you could tell when the helicopter's up there at night. You could totally tell because they got the fucking what they call the night sun on you, which is their bright ass light. But the helicopters can't go everywhere. So if these motherfuckers try to pull off in a parking garage, the drone can follow them in.
Lock it in.
Yeah.
The car can, the helicopter can't go in those places. So yeah, it's gonna be harder to get away with that, and that's safer. Because if you don't see the helicopter and you don't see the patrol cars behind you, you might slow down.
Slow down, get out, go for a walk or something. You think, ain't nobody chasing me. Meanwhile, bang, they pull up and it's a wrap.
Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna come up with a way that the drone can GPS lock on the car.
They do that because now they got the drone that could lock into your face.
They got the software.
So the shit'll float around. If you turn your head, it just goes with you. So now they just lock the car's license plate or whatever the fuck. That bitch is gonna be on you until you run out of gas or whatever.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
So,
That I mean, it's gonna be harder for motherfuckers to get away.
come on,
Yeah.
They're still
technology.
they're still gonna try.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers are gonna try just for the sake of trying. Like, let me see if I can get away from this drone.
Unless you get out the car and
They
blast
can
that
try
shit.
You'd have to
beat
shoot
it.
that drone out the sky, and you better be good, because I mean, shoot the drone out the sky. If they got eyes on you, which they do, the drone pilots will make it hard for you to fucking shoot it out the sky.
You better have GF with you.
You got to have one of those things that they're using in the Middle East, where it's like they have this this gun that emits energy. There's no bullet, there's no projectile. It's an energy flip.
Like EMP.
So this is the way they're shooting drones out the sky now.
That's dope.
Is hit it with a burst of energy and it fries the circuits and falls out the sky. They're gonna try to do this to airplanes, so that there's no ammunition having to be spent behind this. You know what I mean? It's just a straight up, burst of energy. I don't know if you could see the energy field or not, but that's what they're now using to take down some of the drones.
Wow.
And so I would imagine they're going to implement that. The military has it for a good 10 years before it goes to the law enforcement and the rest.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they work out all the kinks with the military.
Yeah. Oh,
You know what I mean? They're like,
Crazy.
they might even add some new shit from the time it was like, invented to by the time it reaches the law enforcement.
Yeah, when you think about the drones that we have, the commercial drones, those were already being used by the military for years.
Oh, yeah.
Until they said, okay, well, we're done with the R&D on these. We could, let go of those. We have more, the art of killing down with these new ones.
Yeah.
So we'll release these to, the commercial market, make money off the technology while we used our advanced technology to kill our enemies.
100.
If you really think about it, Hollywood's been using it forever. Drones. That's how they could catch mountains and all that shit.
Well, let's be 1,000. Hollywood, most of the time, some studios are hand in hand with our government. So when you see some outlandish shit that you would never think of in a movie, that's because they got it from one of their peoples in the government.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like-
consultants. Yeah.
Yeah, consultants and because for a while, Hollywood and the federal government were hand in hand, putting out propaganda films and anti-propaganda films.
Oh, yeah.
And this has been a relationship that is now more secretive because no one wants to know that the studio that makes the movies or TV shows that they like are, working with the government in one way or another to psychologically make you think this or psychologically do that, to make you buy something or to distract you from all the real shit happening.
The first like people that worked on movies like right after World War I, those soldiers, they went straight to Hollywood to work for the movie studio executives.
Well, how about this, right? There's a documentary based on 5 guys that were big studio film producer directors, and the military recruited them to come and make films based off of the propaganda.
Right.
Those guys, ended up, they never had to fight a day in their life while they were in the military. It was about films, but some of them went to the war zones, like to capture like the real shit happening.
Yeah.
And they got commissioned up, and some of them came back to Hollywood and made some great films, and some of them were traumatized by the shit they saw.
I mean, if you look at Ronald Reagan when he was a president, he used to be an actor. He was an actor.
Yes.
So it all comes from the same school.
Thank
you look
you.
at the woman astronaut right now that just went to space, her background is acting.
Yeah.
She's an actor.
Yeah. See, so
Well, I
that.
think one of the the things, if you want to know now, like what film studio is working with the government, pay attention when all these mergers happen.
Yep.
And when the president comes in to says he approves of it,
That's when you know.
that's when you know. Like because the president,
he's going to get a cut.
and he's going to get a cut, but he's also going to get like the, whatever intel he wants, whatever, like before a president never merged, well, at least our last few sitting presidents never, they never oversaw mergers or, only if it was going to be a monopoly.
Only if it was a monopoly.
Yeah, then they would be like, now we can't let this go. But now this dude is over there saying, oh, yes, I approve of these two.
Well, people are shutting down his little shit now. Like speaking of monopolies, Live Nation and Ticketmaster deal. The federal courts ruled against and called their shit a monopoly.
Yep.
And he tried to arrange a deal between the two.
Yep.
And everyone shut it down.
Yep.
And said, no, we're pressing forward with the lawsuit because we know you're going to get backdoor paid off of this shit. Fuck that.
Yeah.
You're not protecting consumers. You're looking at how much you could make off of brokering this deal.
Yep.
And they're not, presidents ain't supposed to do that.
Nope.
They're not even supposed to be making money side action.
Nope.
While they're in office. And this cunt is like breaking all the rules.
Yeah, fuck him.
So, yeah.
I was going to say, B, I think you were talking about the first motion picture unit.
Yeah, first motion picture unit.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Yeah, and it's 5 different directors that they called forth. Yeah, John Sturgis, Richard L. Barr, Owen Crump, Theodore Giesel, whatever, and John Huston.
John Huston.
Yeah.
Whoa.
What, John Huston?
Yeah, I seen this flick, and it's pretty interesting. And I would imagine, since they were doing it way back in that time, it never stopped.
Nah,
it's just more secret now.
Yeah,
because people don't want government in their movies or TV. They don't want to be influenced one way or another. We just want to see movies. If it's a war film, cool.
Yeah.
If it's a comedy, romance, flick, whatever, drama, cool. Yeah. We just don't want the government being a part about it, because if they do, we know there's a psyop involved.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And so they realized that would affect box office if people knew that the government was working with this company. Well, maybe I don't go watch any of their films.
Right.
Meaning no asses in seats, ticket sales low.
Yeah.
So it's better to keep it in secret.
Yeah.
But that's what they do. They sneak little secrets into all the movies and shit. A little splash, they'll hit you with some But
Easter eggs here and there.
And after that, John Huston becomes the guy who's like very much anti-war.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He probably saw a lot of that back then and was like, F this shit.
Yeah.
That was a nice edit of one word but not the other.
Word.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. Well done. Yes. Yeah, man, it's pretty crazy when you think about it. But yeah, the one thing people don't want necessarily is religious figures and politicians influencing what we're watching.
Absolutely. No affiliation from both. I mean, if you go and you're like, I get it. There's some, movies that have religious aspects to them, or they're even, like something like The Passion of the Christ, where it was like all about that and everyone had their own way of looking at that or whatever. But like, you don't want like that. While that may be a film about it, you don't want like government to be part of the affiliation.
You don't want the affiliation. No. Do you think some son of a bitch out there will create a movie behind this little beef that we have between the golden calf and the Pope?
Could be.
He's the only dickhead president
that's ever
beefed with the Pope.
Dude,
even when they don't agree with each other, they don't say bad things.
No, they're cordial, they're nice, they're professional. You're world leaders. You act like it, not this dick.
And then this Jesus like poster picture
that
got out there, and he's trying to say, "Oh, I'm a doctor." You're about as much of a doctor as I am. You know what I'm saying? Fuck out of here with that. That was the cheapest cop out ever. The people probably have more respect for him. He said, yeah, you know what? I put myself out there as Jesus because I am.
Yeah.
We'd think you're crazy as fuck, but it'd be better than you fucking sitting here trying to tell us, oh, no, it's a picture of me like being a doctor and I'm healing people. You ain't ever healed nobody.
Ever.
Fuck out of here.
I think he does it as a joke, though.
Yeah, he's got a bad sense of humor, though.
He has a dark sense.
It's a horrible sense of humor.
You got to either laugh or just say fuck off.
Yeah,
I can't laugh. I got to say fuck off.
I think it's two things. I think he understands his fan base is dumb enough to really fucking buy into it.
Some of them.
Yeah, I believe there's probably half of his fan base that goes.
Probably more than half.
Maybe, yeah, I agree. And then he knows it's going to piss his opponents off because he knows what he's doing.
Well, listen, part of the art of war is to piss your enemies off beyond belief so that they'll make mistakes.
Mm.
The people that are known as his enemies are the people.
Yep.
Don't get pissed off. Just laugh at it, ignore at it, but don't let it piss you off, because guess what? In the art of war, when another is making you pissed off on purpose, it's because they want you to be distracted so that you make bad moves, bad choices,
exactly,
bad decisions, so that they could keep along with their fuckery, and you're too distracted because you're pissed off.
Yeah.
And you're doing irrational shit, because when you're pissed off, you're not really thinking, you're reacting.
Yeah.
And this is something that a lot of people are doing, most especially Democrats. Don't be a Democrat. Don't fucking fall in to that. You know what I'm saying? Look, I could give a fuck about either side, because I'm a humanist. I'm not a Republican or necessarily a Democrat, but I see fuck shit happening in one party a lot more than the other. They're both fucked. But one is happening more than the other. And you can't let this dickhead piss you off till you keep making bad decisions based off of your anger.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
If I think everyone here at this table can attest to, we've all made some bad decisions out of anger.
Yeah.
So imagine this motherfucker trying to like stoke the people into making the ultimate bad decisions. You know what I mean? And that's where, and then also, dementia.
Listen, he's not only at war, these made up wars he's making, he's at war with himself and with people believing in what the fuck he is doing and what is not doing.
Yeah.
He's in a war all around, even in his own fucking head.
Multifaceted war.
Multifaceted war popping off in that old fucking gold nugget of his. But don't let it piss you off. Listen, not just that dickhead, because there's plenty of dickheads that'll piss you off. Like, I get pissed off whenever I see Pete Hegseth or Mike Johnson or Caroline Levitt. Goddamn, thank God Pam Bondi's gone, but it would piss me off. And at times I was thinking, man, I'm gonna fucking write something, and then I thought, man, I'm doing this in the heat of the moment, and I'm pissed off, and possibly I'm gonna say something real fucked up.
Oh yeah,
that might come back and slap me in the fucking face. So you know what? Let me just meditate right out of this. Take it for what it is and say, you know what? We can speak up, we can speak out, but don't do it while you're mad.
Yeah.
Don't do anything while you're angry.
Yeah.
Calm down, be rational, and find a way to say what you want to say without getting yourself in a fucking twist.
I mean, that's their job, to make the people angry.
Yeah.
That's
well,
their
keep
job,
us off
keep
balance.
the people fighting.
Keep people off balance.
Yeah, keep people off balance. Keep people confused. That's their job.
Yeah, if you keep them off balance, they make irrational decisions, and they also can't concentrate.
Well, this guy's got friends and families fucking fighting with each other over him. Over him. Who the fuck is he that motherfuckers are fighting with their families, not talking to each other, not talking to friends because one believes and one doesn't.
Oh, yeah.
The other one is telling the other one how full of shit this guy is, and the other one's getting defensive and trying to defend it. Like, all that shit. Man, he ain't doing shit for you. It's just like, like that scene in Bronx Tale, right? Where fucking C is going to go see the Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
And like he's trying to explain to what's his name, Sonny, how big of a deal it is. And he's a listen, kid, are these guys is Joe DiMaggio gonna pay your bills? Are these guys gonna, like that type of thing? Nah. Guess what? They don't care. They're making their bread. They're doing their thing. You're not even a factor is basically what the point was.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you're over here passionate about this motherfucker who don't know you from Adam. And if you went to jail tomorrow, he's not going to be there to bail you out.
Not at all.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? When you're short of your mortgage, he's not going to be there to bail you out.
Fuck out of here.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? So why invest so much into this when you ain't get nothing out of it but heartache, right? So it's the same shit with this dickhead. You know, and some of those folks that were so passionate about him are now flipping because they see he don't give a fuck about nobody but himself.
Yeah.
All right, enough with the politics because I'm tired of that shit. But salute to my peoples at Shade 45 for having me up there today. There was an interesting topic we brought there today, so I'm going to bring it here, and I want to ask your opinions. Doobie was already a part of this, but he could answer again. The Game from Compton was saying that hip-hop in general is hurting right now because Drake is missing. Drake is silent. Therefore, commercial rap has taken a dip. I don't necessarily agree, but I want to get your take on it, Psycho Leezy.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm not really a Drake fan like that, you know. But he got a few little joints, you know. They're cool, but
do you think that hip hop is like suffering without his presence? Because that's a really fucking crazy line.
That's a deep statement.
Yeah.
But I would say his fans are suffering. Hip hop is not suffering.
I
mean,
absolutely.
It's not only Drake missing. We got a lot of Lil Wayne is missing. You know?
Yeah. Lil Wayne
is missing. Like a lot of Busta Rhymes is missing. You know, like all the people that make the hits is missing. You know.
Yeah. Like you know, I think. I think for those people that consider Drake full-blown hip-hop, like I think for them, maybe hip-hop is suffering. And, you know, I'm not saying he's not a hip-hop artist. I'm just saying, like...
He's a rap artist.
He's a rap artist. But I think for those of us who really love the music and are part of the culture...
We don't miss him so much.
It's like, it's kind of a relief, you know, because but he does his type of music his own way the best.
And kills it.
Yeah, he kills it in his lane of, you know, doing what he does. Absolute, he's the man for that.
I think he would be classified as pop rap.
Agreed.
Or hip hop.
Or what do they call melodic hip hop?
I don't like the way that sounds, but I'm saying if you were going to label it as anything, it would be hip hop, right? Because it's hip hop on a pop level,
on a popular level. You know, that's what pop music is, popular.
And that doesn't mean that it's like a certain sound. It just means that they're like his level of record sales are different, and his sound is different. It's not necessarily traditional hip hop the way us golden era motherfuckers see it. But you know, he's got bars and he's got hits and all that. You know what I mean? But it's the way that Eminem he rides the line between, you know, mainstream hip hop and hip hop in general and pop hip hop.
Yeah.
Because he was popular on a level that no one else really has been.
Yes.
Up until, you know, now we got Drake and we got Kendrick and guys like that who are right there.
Right.
Maybe not in the skill set, but I'm saying in terms of popularity. Right? And you don't necessarily have to be hip hop for that. You could be rap for that. And that's, to me, that's more along the lines of what Drake shit is. It's more rap shit. It is a derivative of hip hop. It's part of the hip hop tree, and people might not want to admit that because it's Drake. And there's many Drake haters out there that don't want to give him none. But the truth is, it's derivative of hip hop. It's rap music, and he is rapping.
Yeah.
No matter, you know, whether you like that he's rapping to the chicks or he's trying to rap for the streets. I mean, it is what it is. But I don't know if the game is hurting because he's gone. I think if the game is hurting, it's because of the recording industry, the labels that don't know how to sell the records anymore in light of having to compete with the digital streams. If they were smart, they would pull everything down from the digital streams and redo the deal. You know what I mean? And go back to selling physical copies. That way they could make money off the streams because, you know, we don't make much money off the streams and the labels don't make that much money neither. They settled for a shit deal.
They did.
And that's because they underestimated what digital would do.
Yep.
They said to themselves, there's no way in hell that people are going to want to download this. They're always going to want to buy the physical copy. And they were wrong.
Totally.
They were wrong. So they settled for this shit deal, gave us a shittier deal without representation. And, you know, the record companies don't make a lot of money off the streams. They just don't. That's a fact.
And try not to sexually assault nobody either.
I don't know what that has
help.
anything to do with
With the
anything.
streams?
You
but-
just gotta read.
Yeah.
You just gotta read your news on the game. That's it. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He just lost the house. He had to give it up to the plaintiffs because he just lost the.
Who are you talking about?
Yeah,
Because
dude.
that was like totally off fucking subject. What?
No, that was definitely on the subject.
Well, who are you talking about?
I was talking about the game. You know what I'm saying? Because
The rapper?
Yeah, the rapper himself. So it's.
Oh,
I was just saying, like, when that music came out, a lot of folks was getting violated, and we just left. Now the folks are getting pinched in the cords,
okay. To
and there's a certain type of music.
hold on, to give some background, because Doobie fucking came from the left with that. My man Game right there is the one who came out with the statement
Right. Understood.
about missing Drake. Like
Understood.
Drake's missing, right? We generalized it, called the industry the game for a while, and that's why
Right.
when
I see what you're
Right.
saying.
that's why there was a little bit of cross wiring
Confusion.
there. But Doobie was on it from the beginning, so that's
Absolutely.
why it hit us from the left, because we forgot about that. We were talking about the industry game.
I'm
and
sorry,
I'm like,
I'm
what
sorry,
are you
I'm
talking
sorry,
about?
man.
No, I get what you're saying, but he was the one who made the comment on that.
Right.
And for me, I'm like, yeah, you know what? I would imagine that a lot of his fans
Yeah.
are fucking dying that he's not putting anything out there. But just wait. Just wait. My man, listen. If you look, we know he took an L. We know he took the L. Kendrick Lamar gave him a thorough L.
Yeah.
And it's Kendrick Lamar's time right now. But all that to say, hold on. All that to say is that, he took an L. Just like if you were a boxer and you were, 20-0, and that one guy comes and fucking beats you for the one fight, your career ain't done.
Yeah.
Unless you say it's done, right?
Yeah.
What normally, motherfucker will train again and try to get that rematch and get it in, right? Or they move on. They'll go to a different weight class and become a champ there.
Thank you.
Drake's got options. He's not going to be gone forever.
Right.
He works too hard at this shit.
Thank you.
So just have some patience. Is the game hurting? The game in Compton maybe is hurting just a little bit because Drake ain't out there. But in terms of the hip hop game, the industry, no, I don't think it's hurting. Many guys have had a great year. There's more fucking great music coming out right now.
Yeah.
And people are searching for this great music on all platforms right now.
Yeah.
You know what it could be too? Like back in the days, like it was all about timing when you drop something. Like timing was important. Like if Pharcyde had a record out and Dr. Dre had an album out, like labels will hold back. Like let this shit, sell, and then we gonna drop it right now in March or some shit. You understand?
Yeah,
So it's
people-
all about timing. Drake could be just studying, like, yo, right now is not my time to drop.
True that.
Let these motherfuckers get this shine on, and we gonna drop and smash everything later.
That's a great point, Leezy, because a lot of labels so back in the day, when we were in our 20s, all of us here, because we're all 55. Doobie's about to be 55. Wait, you're 52.
Yep.
Yeah, right. But you fall into this, right?
Absolutely.
Back in the day, there was one drop day, and it was Tuesday.
Yep.
And everybody was aiming to drop a record on Tuesday. Now, it's also seasonal. Which Tuesday are we gonna drop?
Yep.
Right? And so in hip hop and every other genre, not just hip hop, but every genre used to drop on this Tuesday. Now, when big records were dropping on that Tuesday, a group that was trying to come up, their label would usually say, you know what, we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait till next Tuesday or the following Tuesday or in the next quarter, because we do not want to compete with this record or that record that's dropping. So a record would get what is known as pushed back, right? So if I'm dropping in June, if I'm scheduled to drop in June, but Jay-Z and Eminem are dropping in June,
You don't want to drop your shit.
I got to drop in, probably October, so that I don't get washed on that first week. because that first week is pivotal to anyone.
Yeah.
And if there's too much shit out there in that week and it's oversaturated, your shit might get drowned in that.
It's lost.
Yeah. These days, people have thrown that shit to the wind and they will just put out the record all at the same time. Then now they needed 2 days, Tuesdays and a Friday. And then there's the independents who don't give a fuck about any of those days. They don't respect the way that the process used to be. I'm just going to put out my shit on Sunday. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like, they don't realize, you know, in that system, you're taking your chance.
Yeah.
But this shit has existed since before Les and I have been artists.
Yep.
And Doobie, you know what I'm saying? This is when we were kids, this shit was in place.
Yep.
Strategies.
And now, you know, due to technology and motherfuckers just being so thirsty, they can't even fucking wait for the process.
Yeah, I mean, that's why you hear a lot of these surprise album drops, like, you know, when Beyonce dropped her album, like, and didn't tell no one, you know, and then any artist that decides to drop an album, like, boom, surprise, I got an album. Like, the consumer, back in the 90s, like, everyone, like, there was all these things that led up to the physical release.
There was a lead up, yeah.
Yeah, and it was awesome because you would see posters around the city, or you'd see, like, you'd hear commercials on the radio station, or you'd see in magazines. It'd be like, oh, shit. And then you'd maybe hear the first single. And then you'd be like, oh, shit, that's dope. And then you'd see a flyer on it and whatever to hear, you know. And then leading up to the release of the album, like, it would be all these things. And then, boom, you'd go, oh, man, I'm going to go pick up that new Beatnuts record.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I got to go get it, man. The first 2 singles they dropped were fire. I got to go get that. Man, I'm going to go get the album.
I just remember getting the record was the experience itself, but yeah.
Oh yeah, man! You're going home and
you guys know, yeah.
Oh, dude, I still have that every time. Like when I love a record, I buy it on vinyl, and going home to listen to it, man. Oh,
you know
dude, you know that feeling, Les.
Yeah, you know that feeling.
I remember in New York they used to have Tower Records.
Yep.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like, if a certain crazy artist that everybody's looking for, they would drop like a 12 midnight.
Yep.
It's everybody's online type shit, ready to buy this shit and sell out the store.
Yeah.
Midnight
Like,
sale.
They took away that whole experience.
Yeah.
That was the shit too, because I worked at, you know, a record store, like, you know, in the 90s, or Backside in Burbank. What up? And so we used to do, like, you know, and being that, you know, that was like one of the home record stores of, like, System of a Down when they first started dropping in Lincoln Park, and like other bands that are local to the area. So whenever System and Lincoln Park dropped albums, we did midnight sale.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? And that shit was dope because people lined around the block and you got a free poster. Or maybe sometimes, you know, maybe one of the, you know.
Yeah. There was always like a little promotional item that you got with it.
Yeah.
It was practically a meet and greet.
Yeah.
Word.
Well, that's what it was. But back in that day, it was called an in-store.
Yeah.
Because the artist was in the store. You know what I mean? Half the time, like when we were new to it, we were doing in stores and nobody knew who the fuck we were. We're standing there, and the people that work at the store and the record company reps, they're trying to get people interested enough to go into that line. Hey, who are these guys over here? Oh, that's Cypress Hill. Why don't you get in line and, you know, talk to these guys? And you're trying to convince them at this time.
Yeah.
And they're playing your shit in the background too.
And they're playing the shit in the background, and you're, you know, trying to connect with people. Now, that's when it's new. Like, after, you know, you release something, and let's just say you get some success, the very next in-store, you'll have a line of motherfuckers there. If you did your job, now they're coming with CDs in hand that they already bought, or vinyl in hand that they already bought. And perhaps there's a poster. If you come up into the line, they might give you a poster. And, you know, we've signed this to give to people, right? And that's like the building blocks right there. But that shit don't even exist anymore.
Nah, man.
People don't do the in-stores. They do the meet and greets. And the meet and greets don't focus in on, let's connect. There's this new music. Boom, bang.
Yeah.
And, you know, like that was a part of artist development. And that shit cost too much money for record companies, man. Especially when the digital shit came, they were like, oh, no, we can't do none of this. This is a waste of money.
Yeah, I think one of the crazy things that A&R doesn't do now is, like, you know, I hear
show up anywhere.
Well, that, but also I hear that when dealing with new artists, they like want the album mixed and mastered already.
Ooh.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what I
Well,
mean?
they,
Like,
you know, first off,
like
they're-
they used to be their department on who to hire, and you know, like, because you know, you hear a certain band and be like, you know what, I think Rick Rubin should produce, and then Brendan O'Brien should mix. You know what I mean? Like,
that's why these motherfuckers be getting these cookie cutter artists that
Yeah.
don't have no longevity, because the way they're looking for and the type that they're looking for, and most of all because a lot of these record companies have gone away from having full-length contracts. They only want one-offs because they don't know if they're going to get their investment back if they invest in an artist for fucking, you know, 5, 6, 7 albums. You know, in this day and age where you don't sell the volume of physical copies that makes them their money back.
mm-hmm.
And the fact that they've got such a shitty royalty rate, even for themselves, it's a very costly venture
Mm-hmm.
to give a hip hop artist of any kind a big budget.
Right.
It's like, you know, how are we gonna get this money back? You know, because they don't need it for the look. They don't need this artist for the look. They're trying to make money.
I mean, part of the reason why the shit changed with the labels and all that shit is because they started hiring these young cats that they don't really have no experience.
Yeah.
Like, if just
Absolutely.
imagine people like me, you, see, working at labels. We would know exactly what we gotta do. Like,
Yeah.
yo, my
Yeah.
nigga,
Yeah.
we gotta go here. We gotta
Thank
go
you,
do
lad.
this.
Yeah.
You understand?
For
But you got
real.
these young cats that don't know
They
the
don't.
school
Yeah,
that
yeah,
we
yeah.
came from, and it's like,
Nah.
Hey,
hear
at
you.
times we had to break those people in, like, because
Yeah.
we had already done it, and here they are bringing a fresh face in who barely knows the fucking job. He might have a couple of good ideas. He or she might have a couple of good ideas, but they don't really know.
Yeah.
And they're just like playing the guessing game. They got in there because, you know, their resume looks okay,
they know
Yeah.
somebody.
and they knew how to talk.
Right.
Ooh.
And you know, in some cases, we had to teach these motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I know Les went through those guys. We went through them too. Anybody in the game that was doing shit in the 90s on a label,
Mhm.
and you were on that label for some years, you seen people come and go.
Yeah.
The good people fucking gone to better jobs somewhere else,
Yeah. For real.
and then them bringing in the replacement of those people, and you having to teach having to teach
Oh, yeah.
some of these motherfuckers how to do their fucking job. And then, you know, when they're talking to you like you don't know it and you've already been doing this a few years, you're looking at them like, get the fuck out of here.
Hell yeah. You know,
I've been doing this while you were partying in college, motherfucker. What are you going to come tell me? You need to learn how this
Right.
goes.
For real.
Absolutely. Like at being on radio, like when we started on radio, me and Chalk started in Bakersfield, like when we started dealing with label reps and then they started bringing artists in, like those established relationships, when we moved over to Power, they blossomed. And then like working with someone like, you know, whenever they had a record they thought we could play, they'd be like, yo, hey, we got this, you know, new super group, blah, blah, blah. Is it cool if we bring them by? Or, hey, we got this new rapper named Eminem. He just won the Rap Pages battle. Like, can we bring him on the show? Like, you know, having established relationships like that furthered the show.
Yeah.
Furthered the presentation of all the artists.
That's what it has to be.
Yes.
And you know what's the unfortunate part, and Les could probably speak to this in Doobie as well, is that some of those people that were really good in their position, you know, at certain labels, like I'll say Sony because that's what I was on, right? I seen like really dope people that were like, you know, the best at their gig.
Yeah.
It's like everybody's a role player.
Yeah.
And everybody was at the top of their game in their role, right? But what happens is because you got all the top players in positions, if you're trying to move up the ladder, there's really no space for you to move up yet, and you got to wait till something happens. So if another label poaches you and says, hey, listen, I know you're doing A&R over at Sony. We love you. We'd like you to come, you know, be the VP over here at Warner Brothers.
Right.
We'll pay you double. We'll fucking, you know, we'll health benefits and the whole package.
Yeah.
It's hard for this guy over here or this woman to say fucking no to that. Yeah, they may be getting paid a good chunk over here to do A&R, but if they're being offered VP somewhere else, they're gonna go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And guess what? And guess what? for that money that they got in that position, sometimes it's fleeting because they ain't successful in that role as they were as an A&R.
Yes.
So they'll leave this position and fuck up the whole system here to go get that bag over there
Big time.
in a job that they don't really know because that's not a position they've ever been in before.
Yep.
And they go fail over there. And they've gassed this over here and they failed over there. And there ain't shit you could do about it as an artist and as a fan of what they do. You just have to be like, damn, that's too bad. It didn't work. But this happens in every label. We lost so many great players to different labels, and then they didn't do shit at those other labels.
Yeah, man.
They got a bag, but they didn't really do what they set out to do. Now, some did.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some moved on and pressed on to better opportunities and thrived, but the percentage of those people is very small.
Yeah.
Because it's the recording industry. It's fucked.
Yeah, and labels, man. It was a trip to see sometimes on the radio side of it, we would see like when someone would be killing it over here at Arista, then they move over to this other label, but then that other label that they moved to get the bag didn't have the records to match their talent as a record promoter.
Word.
You know what I mean? And then so it's like, damn it. But then this other where they just left kind of suffered a little bit, but then they bounced back.
Basically, it's about the bag, man.
It's always about
It's about the bag.
But teamwork is awesome.
It's hard to say no. It's very rare when you get, like, let's just say again, at this guy at an A&R, and he's great, or she is great at it, and gets offered the VP spot. Very rare when this person says, you know what, I'm cool where I'm at for right now. I don't think I'm ready for that position. I know the bag is better, but I have to get more experience before I take on something like that. I respect those people because it's like, they know that their situation could change in terms of never getting that opportunity again, but they're so present on what they're good at and what they're not good at and what they don't know. But it's rare when you find someone that'll do that.
I was gonna say, let me tell you something about, like, back in the days, I used to mess with a lot of A&Rs at labels, and they would be working at these labels for years and years, and never signing nobody.
Yeah,
I'm like, nigga, you're A&R. Like,
what are you
supposed
doing?
to be signing niggas and taking beats and taking shit. I'm not gonna say no names, but
it's a plus job.
It's because they're waiting for their time to come to get to the next. And if they don't want to sign somebody, and if they flop, guess what?
Yep.
You have no job now.
Nailed it on the head, Les.
They have no job if that artist flops. So they're scared to pull the trigger, so they really just sit there and wait to graduate to like you said, VP or some shit.
But you got to show and prove at that position. That is the problem. That is one of the hardest gigs to have because your ass is on the line all the time about what talent you're bringing into the company.
That part.
Because the A&R is the guy or the girl or man or woman who is bringing the talent to the label. It is their responsibility for excuse me, too much coffee today. Their responsibility on every artist that they bring through. That artist hits, that artist flops. And if you're bringing a lot of flops, guess what? Boom, out the fuck you go. So, to Les's point, there would be A&Rs that just sit in the position, cash the checks, spend on the company card, go have nice lunches, entertain new potential artists.
Punch the clock, but never
sign it because they don't want any flops on the record because then you ain't moving up. You're always going to stay in that position. The great A&Rs, they always go up.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's because they brought something to that label. You know what I mean? They brought something to that label that they've invested in, and that shit is producing for them. Mm-hmm. So, there's some legendary A&Rs out there, and then there's some wannabes. And there are still probably, a fuckload more of wannabes than there used to be.
Oh, yeah.
Because they don't want to take the chance of flopping.
B, do you remember when we got a tour of Hollywood Records before we got deals?
Yeah.
And Funky Klein gave us a tour.
Yeah, Funky Klein, yeah.
And he took care of us. And
Rest in peace.
Because we thought we were going to go into that label. And he took us to the gift store and he let us get whatever we want. And that was real cool, man, because at that time we thought we were going that way. You know what I mean? But, yeah, man. I mean, rest in peace, man. One of the dopest persons in hip-hops, man. Forget it. Funky Klein was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, some A&Rs went on to run labels.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Isn't this wild? You
become
type in
presidents of labels and shit like that. Like,
Yeah. What were we gonna say?
you type in a modern A&R job. It's now rely on streaming numbers, social media engagement, and as noted in a digital music news article, often prioritize artists who have already built a following over raw talent.
See, that's today's lazy ass A&R.
Yeah, bring it to me.
Because most A&Rs back in the day would go to clubs and see who is the local talent playing. They'd go to showcases. They'd go to events to see what's the raw talent out there. Now they got all these platforms of all these, cats putting their shit up there. And if they got enough views, they might get the fucking attention of the label.
Yeah.
And that's just lazy, man. That's like saying, you know what? I'm going to let you do all the work and then I'm going to capitalize off all that work you did. I'm going to let you have a small piece of what happens for all this fucking work you did. Unless you know your business and you say, okay, I'll do this with you, but I'm owning the masters and I'm going to get a higher rate on my royalties and that, because I've already created this. You are just distributing for me and putting the market behind it. It's going to be 50-50 or nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how it should be, but a lot of these cats don't know, so they just take a shitty deal and the fucking A&R guy just had an easy gig.
Yeah. I think one of the coolest things I ever saw, like when I was spending time, when I was working with the Foos, like watching, like having this conversation with Dave where he was like, he always, said, whatever you do, make sure to always own your masters. And then whenever you see, when you want to mess with a label that, you feel can, help get more exposure, you license it to them for a certain amount of time. You know what I mean? And then after that, it becomes yours again.
Listen, probably no major label is watching this, but if you are, here's your A&R right here.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying? Somebody that knows the fucking pulse, not the guys that just have to go on fucking YouTube and look and see. So you have to be able to see the raw talent with your own eyes that like have a vision and say, hey, these guys or girls or group, artists, whatever, they got the goods because they got the bars, they got the style, they can execute it, and they show up. You got to be able to see these things, and you can't see that just by looking at a fucking YouTube
some
page.
motherfuckers don't want to put the footwork in. They want to be lazy, sit at the computer.
Right.
And,
Go ahead, see.
And preferably someone who loves music.
Well, if you're putting all that work in, it's two things. You either want to be famous, and it's a passion of yours to be famous.
Yeah.
Or you love the music and you're like doing everything to create the art. And if you're the bad motherfucker, it's both.
Oof.
You know what I mean? Like I want to be one of the biggest and I want to be one of the dopest.
Yeah.
That's a big dream, but there's a lot of work that you got to put behind those two things.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, you know what? And also in today's times, man, like the new platform is like the TikTok or Instagram. If you want to be discovered, that's the platform now.
That's the platform, for sure.
But it's always been, as a DJ and, sometimes, producer and beat maker, but like one of my things I always wanted to do as like, because it was always a dream job to be an A&R kind of, and one of the things I always wanted to do was like work with one of your favorite groups and help cultivate an album and be able to pick the song order. You know what I mean?
It's not too late.
It's never too late.
I mean, that's
they hire a bunch of bozos right now. Hiring someone with an experience who's worked at radio for many years and been around music and is still, viable in the club scene where you go fucking spin certain spots. I mean, you're relevant and active, fucking feet on the ground, 10 toes down. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
why are you gonna hire someone who ain't doing none of that, and they're
Yeah.
just fucking internet browsing to find your next artist.
Yeah, dude.
Like, fuck out of here with that. Like, if I'm the fucking owner of the label, I'm like, who the fuck is in that department? And if that's all they're doing, I'm firing them,
Yeah.
because then you're shortchanging me as your boss, and you're shortchanging the consumer who we're trying to sell this art to. It's like, come on, man, take your fucking job serious, B.
Come on.
I mean, that's how motherfuckers was signed back in the days. People, there would be A&Rs in the crowd just watching.
I've been very pissed off for these 2 days for some reason. They're aggressive, or more aggressive, I guess. But yeah, it's the mediocrity of it all, man. It just pisses me off because they held you to a standard,
Yeah.
and now that standard is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of garbage, a lot of trash, a lot of mediocre shit,
yeah.
and some shit that's even below mediocre that shouldn't even be out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
When you hear something and you scrunch your
Shit.
face out of disgust, not like the funk. When you hear something, you'll be like, ooh. But like disgust, you'll be like, oh, how
listen.
did this get made?
Listen, there could be a whole new category. Feel me on this. Cringe rap. Where you're fucking listening to it and you're like,
No shit.
Ooh, yeah. Hey, that kind of that's so bad where you like your shoulders pop up from
yeah, you make an ugly face. You're like,
oh.
Ooh,
Like-
bad. That's bad.
Like you just heard the worst feedback. You're, oh, dude, stop. There's a Reddit page on called Crappy Music.
yeah.
CRAPPY.
Oh, we could make folders off of cringe rap.
Oh, dude, there's so much cringe rap out there, though. Like, and shout out to DJ Newmark, because I remember back in the day we used to have, we always talked about having the worst song competition, like who in their collection,
Oh, that would be awesome.
like who can pull out the worst.
the shittiest song.
Yeah, and then we were talking, it had to be on vinyl, and so it was, I think it was.
Some artists would get their feelings hurt on
Oh,
this battle.
absolutely. But like, a Newmark, he collects them. Like I think he's still on the hunt for them.
That's dope.
But yeah, we always talked about like, because some of this stuff is so cringy where you just, when it gives you a physical
Oh,
reaction.
man, yeah.
There it is right there.
New subreddit rules, please read.
Oh my God, there was some of the most cringy music you've ever heard
We
in your
should
life.
just make the category cringe rap.
I see people on Reddit talking about that. Like,
Yeah,
6
there it
years
is.
Hey,
ago.
there it is.
Cringe
It's
rap.
already there.
Oh, 6 years ago.
Could be its own genre.
6
See,
years ago.
I'm agreeing with this. That okay, there are like-minded people. Let's go.
Yeah.
Read it, Bolton, because I don't have my glasses.
He's saying, in my opinion, cringe rap could be its own genre. Over the years, I've genuinely been referring to it as one when bringing up artists like Viper, Ice, JJ Fish, and T-Dub,
Never heard of them.
which have sort of became legendary and sometimes notorious in their own way.
Mm.
You guys never heard of this song by Viper right here? Let's see right here. It is called Yo Cowards Don't Even Smoke Crack.
Let's hear. it.
Oh, wow.
What? Whoa, that's
You'll cowards.
Yes, please.
That's
Yo
clickbait.
Cowards.
That's gotta be.
No,
click-
come on,
Yo
play it.
Cowards.
All right,
Play
let's
it.
see. Come on.
There's no song like that.
World premiere. World.
Oh, it's clickbait.
World premiere.
Oh, what?
BREALTV.
World
Something for the hustlers.
So for the hustlers.
for the pussies. Oh
Yeah.
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 What's up with that? Y'all cowards don't even smoke crack. What's up with that?
This is terrible.
Okay. All
Don't
right.
even
That's
smoke
horrible,
crack.
bro.
Y'all
Yeah.
don't
That's
even
not
smoke
cringe,
crack.
though.
What?
It-
What?
Nah,
Why?
you
Why
wanna
wouldn't?
hear
Why
cringe?
wouldn't it classify as cringe rap? to you?
I got a cringe joint for you.
Hold on. I just wanted because
Well, it is. It's just horrible. Like, but it's
okay,
not-
one thing is horrible, but it could be cringe too, though. No, what couldn't
Absolutely.
horrible be cringe?
But also, I'll take in the factor of what might make us all differently cringe more than the other.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
true.
like, because we've all heard enough really bad rap music to go, okay, that's just
So that wasn't cringe enough for you, right there? Or
no. Young Milo, I think is cringe.
I was
Have you heard like
Ah.
that makes me we need oh, dude,
oh
like,
shit! What were you?
that was just straight whack though. That wasn't even
Yeah,
cringe.
right.
Like, cringe. You heard that white chick singing party till I die. Party till I die.
Yeah, it's a little
Chin
more
up
cringe.
high.
Okay.
Yo, type that in. The chin up high. I want to
Okay.
hear this.
Oh
Party
shit.
till I die.
Yeah.
Fuck 'em all. Fuck 'em
I
all.
forget- yeah.
Yo,
Yeah, she's
come
like,
on, kid.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
a party
yeah.
till
See, you guys got your cringe folders.
Oh no.
Colt might like it though.
Both is gonna love it.
Oh, I remember that.
Ugly, I don't care. You think I'm dumb, I don't care. You think I'm scum, I don't care. Bitch, I make my money. Party till I die. With my chin up high.
Yo.
Fuck 'em bye.
But you know what? These silly records.
Okay,
These silly
alright.
records are
Bro.
making noise though.
But it's cringe. That's
got
a little more
almost 4
cringe.
million views.
That's
Yeah.
a classic right
It
there.
is a classic.
It reminded me of when Carlos Mencia would go.
And you should see the video makes it the best cringe though. You're just like, ugh, like it's just.
Yeah, there's some pretty cringe shit out there, man.
Yeah, it's
Like a
So,
Yes.
so an A&R person today would look at this. They wouldn't like the song, but they'd see, damn, she's almost got 4 million views. Let's sign
Exactly.
her.
Yes.
Wait,
Yes.
wait, wait.
Oh yeah, she got M's
Yes.
near her numbers. Yeah, she got M's.
Hey.
And and hold up, and if she looks good and marketable enough, fuck yeah, they'll sign her.
No.
no, not so.
Dude, but
Maybe
hold
she
on.
won't get signed. No,
Hold on. Is that called? It's called Ice Bars Music.
Ice Bars Music.
Oh, the irony of that is not
That is
lost.
fucking irony, isn't it? She got 79,000 likes, but let's not be mistaken
No.
about it. The reason they like it's because it's factored in as a joke.
Yes.
It's not like someone taking the rap shit seriously and doing that.
No.
You know what I mean? At least that's my take on it.
I agree.
From looking at the images there, it's supposed to be funny,
Well,
not taken seriously.
I think she's a little both. I think like she's talked on social media about it. She said,
I mean, me personally, I think she did her job. Her job is to
Yeah.
put that song in your head and keep it in there.
Thank
and once
you.
you hear that shit, whether it's whack, you still gonna be like,
No, that's
Party
whack.
till I die.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
like,
hear you.
Like also, I think like 6ix9ine, he had some really cringe songs too.
He had some good ones too, though.
He had some good ones, but he had some like sometimes with like
Some of it, yes, little bit.
yes,
I'll agree.
But Young Miles, dude, that I first heard, and now I kind of understand. It's like more like I think it's supposed to be funny, like. But at first I heard it, I was like, oh my god, because there's no correlation of rhythm that he does to the track, and it's just really, really bad. But it's also entertaining though.
I've heard some crazy shit, but I ain't gonna leave it.
Yeah.
Let's just leave it alone.
Let's
right?
just leave it.
Yeah.
Let's just leave it. Did you know it's National Eggs Benedict Day? Do you eat eggs?
I've
this
had it.
style?
They're good. Yeah, they're good.
I don't mind
It
them.
ain't bad.
I just don't like the hollandaise sauce in it.
The
I gotta
extra.
I gotta take that shit off. I don't like the hollandaise.
Yeah, just the regular eggs will do on that.
I fucks with it.
Yeah, I fucks with them.
Dip the toast in there.
What's cool is different breakfast spots, diners. They got their own version of. They got the traditional eggs Benedict, and then fucking the house version that's
Different.
modified in some sort of way.
Huevo frito.
You know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
Oh, that looks dope
Yeah,
That looks-
Bobo would not have this one.
because of the tomato.
I don't think he would have eggs Benedict because it's the eggs. He don't like the eggs poached, and he don't like them sunny side up, tits out.
Oh wow.
And he doesn't like. And he don't like tomatoes.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
The tomato makes him say,
Tomato, dog.
Mr. Difficult.
"Yeah, he's Mr. Difficult."
Oh.
Pedro too. Pedro's pretty difficult. You wouldn't think so, but he's very particular.
Picky.
Yes. Did you know it is National Banana Day? Have you had your potassium?
Very important. Very important.
We still haven't got, like the banana and mayo sandwich from Doobie. We got to make that happen. He said he wanted it. He said he would try
Why'd
it.
you
He
bring
would
that
eat
up,
it.
man? Oh man.
That's what I'm saying, Mr. Platine. Did you know it's National Bean Counter Day? Salute to the accountants that keep your money tight. Know what I'm saying?
Yes. The bean count.
Count your beans,
Count
man.
your beans.
You might think you got 5 beans and you only got 1. Don't do it. And did you know it is the birthday of the captain Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, born on this day in 1947.
Yes.
All-time winner, King Stoner, Skyhook creator.
Word. Bruce Lee whipped his ass too.
Yeah.
Yo, but
He left a big foot on Bruce Lee's chest, though.
He got him, but
was
that
good.
one. But then Bruce Lee just broke his
Bruce Lee
neck.
got him. Did you know Bruce Lee was one of his teachers? Like,
I believe it.
and, no,
Yeah, I heard that.
When Bruce Lee was here early on in the 60s, right, in Southern California, he was teaching a number of students that were at UCLA. And Kareem was one of them.
Yep.
And he taught a bunch of people. That's why they were kind of pissed off at him that he was, coming back, showing all the non-Chinese homies the secrets.
Yo, Kareem
It's well documented.
catches you with one of those legs, it's over.
Forget it.
Oh, that's why Kareem wasn't afraid to scrap with anybody in the NBA. I mean, I know he threw down with Larry Bird one time.
He did?
Yeah.
Like they got in a fist fight?
They got in a little fight.
Wow.
Kareem, would get into it with Bill Laimbeer. Kareem would swing on you. He wasn't, he was peaceful, but he would give it to you. Look at that. See that little elbow right there? It's like, hey, fuck you, Larry Bird. I spar with Bruce Lee. I'll fuck you up right now. I dare you to swing on me.
Damn.
I dare you.
They are tall, though, because you know how tall Kareem is.
To Larry Bird's credit, he was no punk.
No.
No.
He was a tough fucking white boy.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
tell you.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's when those guys were fucking, unafraid, man.
Like, hey,
Motherfuckers
homie.
didn't give a shit.
Man, those were the days.
He's like,
though,
come on,
man.
try to get some.
I'm mad.
Try to get some. I'll Jeet Kundo your ass right now.
I'll pull your shorts
Was he
down.
the tallest
I'll
on
pull
the
your
team at
shorts
the time?
Yeah, he was 7'2".
Wow.
He's I think at the time he was like one of the two tallest guys in the NBA at that point.
Holy shnikes.
Yo, them fucking little shorts, B.
Yeah.
Yo,
That's what they were.
You better not get erected on that one of them shit.
I don't think any of those guys were going to get erected playing
You
basketball.
never know. You looking at the cheerleaders. I don't know.
But hey,
Well,
you got
I
a
mean-
point. I mean, I can't argue that right there.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know it is the birthday of hip hop legend and some say creator, Cool DJ Herc,
Yes.
No,
Hurt.
that general, yeah.
born on this day in 1955, still rocking.
Always.
Yes.
Cool her.
The OG of OG. Without his without his block parties or that started,
We wouldn't
like,
be here. Yeah.
hip hop would not have taken the same form.
So would you say, right? And I don't know. I'm just sort of guessing this part. When he starts rocking parties,
Mm-hmm.
and the first motherfucker to get on one of his parties on the mic, is that the first MC? And who is that guy? Which guy was that? Who was the first to get on a mic at the DJ Kool Herc set? Or did all the other motherfuckers that got inspired by him have someone come and MC their party first? Who is that guy? Because that's the birth of the MC, right?
Yeah.
Right, because they were also having parties, house parties, right, in the Bronx and
Park jams.
park jams as well. So the first MC
Park, yeah. I remember.
at any of those park jams,
I mean, the first MC's job was really to talk to
Pump
the
up
crowd.
the crowd,
and,
yeah.
we got
Yeah.
Herc in the house. We got Busy Bees over
Yeah,
there.
that's
Just
it.
talking, and then all of a sudden the beat will make you start saying a little rhyme. Oh yeah,
And it was over.
Yeah,
and then
over the
little by
course-
little,
yeah.
it just start turning into
Yeah.
bars. And
It evolved into that. Yeah, that's how it evolved from like hyping up the party
in
for the
car,
DJ.
Yeah. How y'all feeling? Make some noise.
Some guys threw some rhymes together, and I think the first inspiration were that some of those guys would listen to the guys at the radio station that would do the talk banter. Hey, yo, this is Jay, and I got one play today on KRLA, and it's
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
remember?
Yep.
They would do shit like that,
Cheesy, yeah.
and some of those guys probably took that and did that at the party
Yeah.
before they were doing it on beat, and then someone thought, you know what, I'm going to do this on beat like I'm singing a song.
That's the MC.
Right?
He's the masters of ceremony. That's
Right.
what he's supposed to do. So,
Yep.
you
You
know-
called it.
yeah, that's it right there. You know, he he creates the atmosphere for the crowd, you know,
Yeah.
and the artists, so they can go ahead and do what they got to do.
You know, MC always meant to, you know, to me, like master of ceremonies, you know, so that was always the guy that, like, you know, said pump up the crowd. But then, like you said, that's what evolved, like, hip hop, like, and then it became bars. Then, you know, but it used to be, you know, just throw your hands in the
Yeah,
air.
thank
And
you,
when,
see.
like,
I mean,
Just
look,
that.
I
just
mean,
that.
look. In terms of New York hip hop history, which is the first, because we've all, you know, learned a lot about it. But I wonder if those old school heads, and I'm sure they can. Like, if you ask somebody like Melly Mel or Kaz, who was the first guy at one of the parties to grab the mic and actually bust out a rhyme, and what were they influenced by? Because I've heard the story a couple times. And maybe Kaz told it that, you know, that they were emulating the guys on the radio that would come up with those little rhymes, and then eventually it turned into them busting
their own
similar rhymes there at the party.
Yeah.
Well,
But who was the first guy who did it? Is
You
what
know,
I'm saying.
Right.
You know what they say, like King Tut the Third or something from the Fatback Band. That he was like one of the first rappers, and if you listen to that record, you hear a lot of Jimmy Spice.
Yeah.
You hear a lot of Sugar Hill. You hear so I could hear it. You know.
Yeah.
You know,
Wow.
check for that record.
Yeah. Let's see. Because usually sometimes the Asylum has a couple names.
I'm seeing a Coke La Rock.
Coke La Rock.
Coke La Rock
Yeah.
was one of the first. Yep.
He was one of the first MCs.
One
Yep.
of the
He
first.
just hopped on the mic and started shouting out all his homies.
There you go.
Yeah.
Coke La Rock. Yeah, he was. Yeah.
So he is the
That was
first.
early. Yeah, he was the first. But
So
that
he's
was
the first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Coke
one
La
of
Rock. And I remember seeing him in a few hip hop documentaries talking about, you know, like the pioneer shit.
Yeah.
one of the first Coke heads.
Right.
I mean, Coke La Rock.
Coke La Rock, yeah. Salute to Coke La Rock.
But I would think, though, like, there would be somebody that influenced him right beforehand. Like, oh, I saw that guy doing something on the mic.
So like if I'm
Like you're
not
saying.
hold up, if I'm not mistaken, in the documentary I watched, it was probably him who said that.
Yeah.
So I can't remember what documentary it is. Could be The Evolution of Hip Hop. It could be a number of them, but he's in it.
Yeah.
And he's noted for being one of the first guys on the mic like that.
Yes.
And he explains it that, like, yeah, we would listen to these guys on the radio and hear them, and we were like emulating them, but putting our own flavor on it. That type of shit. If I'm not mistaken.
He's still doing it too. Like,
Yeah.
I was just in New York at this party at Rock and Soul, and it was a whole bunch of DJs. He was there.
Wow.
On the mic talking shit. Doing what he does. Just talk.
The art of music, the art of making music, there's no age limits to it. You know, the only time there's an age limit to it is when these stupid ass record labels and radio stations put a life to, you know, when you could be relevant and when you're not relevant in terms of your age. So if you're if you're from your young 20s up until you're like early 30s, you're good. After 35, you're washed and we can't do nothing with you, right? That's all bullshit. Because you could create art at any age if you still have the drive and passion and you're still knocking it down. There's hip hop artists now in their 60s doing it at the highest levels because they never stopped doing it. KRS-One, Chuck D, they're examples of this, and the guys that are older than them.
Yeah.
Right? So there is no age limit to creation. Right? It's just they don't know how to sell it when it comes from an older person. And they don't want to sell it because they'd rather have this mindless shit happening out there so that they could distract you from shit, for you to know that they're marketing, for you to buy into something. You know what I mean? So they'd rather give you all this mindless shit so you're distracted instead of people that are talking to you and telling you and dropping gems for you so that you could pick up these things and see what's happening around you. You know what I mean? It's a lot of distractions. So, you know, conscious music is wiped off the radio for this purpose. But it's still out there. You can still find it. You just got to do like guys like Psycho Les and C- and guys like them have done crate dig. You got to find the gems.
Yeah.
In the weeds of all this bullshit
I mean,
that you got to pull.
The way I always think, man, is like you're never too old to make a hit record. A
Nah.
fucking hit record is a hit record.
2 Chainz got his hits at 40-something.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck if I'm 80 years old. If I could drop a hit record and make the people jump, it's over.
Hell yeah.
It shouldn't be no limit like, oh, you 40, you can't rap
Yeah.
no more.
Well, here's the thing.
Ageism.
What we did not have, many years ago, so that you didn't age out, that you could keep making music with or without the label, is the fact that we have this digital market where you could be completely independent.
Yeah.
Sign a deal with a digital company to distribute your art, and it's as easy as that.
Yeah.
You create the art, you got the artwork, you give it to them, they give you all the deal points, and boom, you go.
Yep.
Whereas before, you had to fucking have a label to put that shit out. And if you were going to be on a label, you had to have fucking funds to get in a studio and go record your art. Now you don't need that shit. You could buy the programs, you could do all the shit and do it right at home and put it out your fucking self.
Yep.
It's a good thing and it's a bad thing because there's a lot of great art that we would never hear from really dope and talented people, and then there's a lot of garbage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? That's
For
that's
real.
the yin and yang of the digital age of music distribution.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dude,
a lot of artists fell off for that reason because they were so used to being babied by a label. When they had no label,
They didn't know what to do.
Yeah, it's like nobody's there to baby you no more,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
You gotta work.
Yeah, you gotta be the label. So it's a lot of motherfuckers fell off.
True that. Because when your label deal's up, if you had a long-term label deal like we did, right? We were on our label for 16 years. 16 fucking years.
Yep.
Right? Us going to another label, like Capitol, for instance, when we went to Capitol, because Snoop wanted to sign us, he had signing powers over there. He wanted to flex.
Mm-hmm.
We went over there, did that album, and God bless them, but they didn't know what to do with us.
Yeah.
They're like, well, what do we do with Cypress Hill? Like, we don't necessarily know the formula, and here we are trying to, guide them through. Like, hey, this is what we've done that worked over here,
Right.
right? And this still holds true to this day. If we do these few things, it'll work. And they didn't know how to,
Wow.
they had folks that just didn't know how to get certain things done at that point.
Yeah.
And to be honest, like the other thing is that our album, this was the first one where we had so many producers. Usually it's a cohesive thing and one shot, DJ Muggs. But on this one, I produced a little bit. We got tracks from Shinoda. We got tracks from a few heads.
Is that the one with Pete Rock, right?
Yeah, Pete Rock.
So Rise Up was on Capitol?
Yeah. And,
Wow.
And we got some shit from Morello.
Yep.
So
And Darren.
it was a mixed bag.
Right.
And Darren, yes.
Yes.
So it was a mixed bag, and it was very different. But they didn't know what to do with it, right? We were out of our comfort zone. We knew all the stuff that we should do, but hey, they're spending the money, so they're going to spend it where they think
Right.
it should go.
Wild.
Now, when we go now independent, like Les said, we realized they ain't gonna do the shit we need them to do. We have to be doing the shit that we know works.
Right.
And there it is. And we don't have to be babysat by any fucking label. We know the game.
Yep.
Because we've paid attention to it. It's great if you're on a label that's got resources and they're believing in you and it's hot,
Right.
because then you could win.
Yeah.
But if the label ain't believing,
Yeah.
you ain't gonna have a great time there.
Yeah, man. It's going to be a bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better to go independent. I think nowadays, especially if you have a name, because having a deal is just it's a loan.
If you could get a one-off though,
You know what I'm saying?
if you don't have to sign for like 5, 6, 7 records, and you
Yeah.
could just get a one-off,
Get the money.
That's cool.
the resources are great. And it's a partnership at that point. You know what I'm saying? They're like, okay, we'll do this one-off with you. and we'll see what it turns into.
Yeah.
Give us an option on the one-off, right? And that's cool because that means that they have the right to offer you a better deal than if someone comes and tries to offer you a deal there. They get a chance to top that deal, right?
Right.
And then after that, if they top it, you usually go with them, and then then you're out. Usually labels don't do that. They want to sign you for 3-4 records. Used to be 7, turning into 8. That last one with the option,
Right.
right? But those deals, they I mean, I'm sure they still exist to a degree, but that's not what labels are signing up for these days.
Yeah.
But for a group like us, we do a one deal option for sure,
Right.
because you get the power of the marketing dollar that they have,
Yes.
the promotion, the street team shit, all the things that if you don't have as an independent operator, you're missing a lot of the dots that lead to, it getting out on a mass scale.
Right.
That's what you get in terms of the label shit, because they got the money to spend.
Yeah.
And if they believe in the record, they're going to spend some money.
Yeah. I saw this really good interview with Trent Reznor when he had first signed back to Sony Music, or he signed to Sony Music after being at Interscope forever. And he said, he just said, we looked at all our options and realized that signing with Sony Music, we had more resources for us to get our message and music across.
Yeah.
So, and I was like, you got to respect that. Like, he understood, like, because, Trent has a vision.
True that.
As every artist does. So to be able to be like, this is where we need to be to get the message and the music out.
That's the power of hip hop. We started at Happy Birthday to Kool Herc, and then we, curved off into all this.
Yeah.
Did you know it is the birthday of legendary comedian Martin Lawrence?
Oh,
Martin!
That shit was a funny show.
dude, that
Yeah,
was
he was
so
hilarious.
funny. Bruh, man.
He's hilarious.
Bruh, man was my favorite.
Every character was
Yeah. He's still got it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I would imagine that if he fucking announced he was, going to do a special, motherfuckers would be on that.
Did you watch The Last Bad Boys?
I did not.
Neither
Oh, no,
did
I did. It was
it
actually
good?
pretty good, yeah.
Oh,
It wasn't
okay.
bad at all.
It was a good. It was
My
I mean,
favorite-
there was cornball moments, as you would expect,
But
but
that's in all the movies.
that's
so
in all the movies, but it was good.
That's cool. I got to watch it.
Yeah.
My favorite movie growing up as a kid was Big Mama's House.
yeah.
Of course it
It was,
was.
it was
right on.
hilarious.
Of
Hell
course
yeah,
it was.
dude.
He was hilarious.
That's 2000, isn't it?
He's still hilarious. Did you know it is the birthday of the legendary artist known as Selena? Born on this day in 1971. Rest in peace.
Oh,
Taken much too early from us.
Yes.
Yeah.
And did you know it is the birthday of Akon?
What up?
Born on this day in 1973. That's probably one of his 4 brothers. You know what I'm saying? He said that he had brothers and they look alike, 3 of them. And, he might send one for one performance, another for another performance, and he might do another one. They're just getting the bag.
Get the money.
Man, that's some villain shit.
I wish I had a brother that looked like me. I'd be sending him, hey, man, go
Hey,
get that money, motherfucker.
hey, yeah, you going to the East Coast
You're
today.
showing up for me today.
How do you say it, B? How would you tell it to him?
Said you better. It's your turn today. That's what I'd say. Did you know it is the birthday of MMA great Nate Diaz, born on this day in 1985?
He's going to fight again, right?
Of course he is.
May 16th. It's going to be the MMA fight that's on Netflix. I think it's their first really big MMA fight.
Yeah. Hey,
That motherfucker could take hits.
he could take hits.
Yeah.
He loves to fight. Him and his brother love to fight, man.
He's a cool dude, man. Met him a couple times. He's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, they're very cool. And major league stoners at that.
Yeah.
Word up. Did you know a rapper born in 1903 on this day from Chicago, known as Chance the Rapper?
Wow.
Okay.
It's his birthday. Yeah, salute to him. He had a great year. Not this year, but like when, on his run, he was like knocking it all down.
Yeah, man. He's got I remember a friend of mine sent me that first album, and I was like, oh, I didn't like it at first, but then I liked it.
It grew on you.
It grew on me. Yeah, he's dope. He got bars.
Yeah, man. Did you know on this day in 2013. Ghostface Killer dropped 12 Reasons to Die.
Oh, is this the Adrian Young album? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, this is a good one. Shout out to Adrian Young.
Yes.
Artform Studios.
Word. Check it out. High and Outside going down this Saturday, April 18th. Caption says tomorrow, Bolton, but tomorrow.
I changed the caption.
All right, go ahead and refresh. San Diego, Gallagher Square, Petco Park, with Unconventional Kings opening up the whole party. Coyote, Tech Nine, Bone Thugs in Harmony, and Cypress Hill. Super Chat Cypress for your chance to win a free pair of tickets. We'll pick the winner today. All right. Must be 18 years of age with valid ID to claim tickets in person. No refunds, no exchanges. All right.
Yeah.
High and Outside. That's coming up. Awesome. Dr. Greenthumb podcast is in the top 100 listened to podcasts on iTunes and is available on all streaming platforms. Make sure you check us out on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen. And don't forget to drop a comment or review.
Hell yeah.
I know some of y'all don't like to write, though.
What number are we right now?
They don't.
Right.
You know, I've been hitting these folks up to go and leave a review on, the Apple, like the iTunes store where you buy the albums at.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And you
Apple
click
Music?
onto the artist. Well, it's on my app. It says iTunes Store,
Oh, that's cool.
and it's for the music specific.
Oh, that's awesome.
right. And if you want to leave a review, you would have to type in the artist, go to the artist, and you'll see
Leave a
reviews and shit like
Right.
that. We've been guiding people to this.
Right on.
These fuckers don't like to write.
Yeah.
I'll just say that.
Well, you know what you got to do. Like back in the days.
So I got to bribe all these folks out here?
It works. It
Damn.
works.
Oh, hell no.
It
Okay.
works.
Maybe I do a giveaway.
Yeah, it works.
Give 'em a nut.
We're going to give Doobie away today if you get them.
A date.
You get it
them
for
reviews
24
up.
hours.
You get it for 24 hours. You get
Why
to
me,
you,
man?
you get to wear his chinchilla coat.
Record a record.
You guys get
Oh
you
man.
guys go eat some,
Go eat some Bart's barbecue.
together.
Hey, that Bar's barbecue the other day was good, man. Just big shout out to Destin, man.
Hey, salute to you. Let's hear this because you were killing it right here.
Thank you guys, man. I had a blast, man. Just thank you guys once again. And Bobby D. Thank you, Bobby D. Oh yeah.
I can feel the pressure. I take drastic measures. The sex on my mind and the black on my dresser. Bills to the AM. How I'm gonna play 'em? I can pack a 9, play the ghetto, really play 'em, or just wait 'em for the Libra. Judging, don't you see one? Real brother here. I ain't got time for no breather. Inhale my doughy. Ain't it kind of groovy? Yo, be shining like a ruby. That's not nothing to me. So don't make it happen. I'm out like the phantom. Disappear, reappear. Yet I'm breaking atoms. Enter the mind, not many make it out. Cause even real niggas know what I'm about. I'll drink my liquor, the world's getting sicker. Quicker in the eye, watch him die, get the picture. I'm lost in thought,
Angeles Negros.
I'm lost in thought.
A little Doobie skip. All right.
Yeah.
I'm lost in thought.
That's when you know Doobie's having a good
Yo,
time.
I'm sweating in that fur
I'm
though,
lost in
man. All
thought.
Under Armour, son. Wear it.
right.
I wake up cold sweating, I hit the gas sweating. Niggas in the alley letting off what they getting. This hell on the platter. Too much for your data, that shit to my skin. Hoochie, what's the matter? Dropping me softly. Bitch, back up off me. I'll crack your lip, trip and spit in your coffee. Ain't got the patience, blowing up your station. Stay out my way, I'll go back to the ancient. The funk, Doobie is. Where tomorrow I'll be bobbing. You'll see a different aura. It'll glow slimmer. Slim, let it simmer in the Doobie as it dry. Open eyes now, remember. Lost in thought. Whiskey, I'm lost in thought.
CeeLo's cutting that shit up.
I'm lost in thought. Hollywood,
Lost in thought.
thought. Soul assassin.
Yeah. Sounded good, looking good, and let me know.
Yeah.
Let me know. Or let y'all know. No hype man.
Nope.
No backup vocals. My man spit that shit without.
Hey, my pleasure, man. Thank you guys.
No, I'm just saying that's pro shit right there. That is well done.
Sounding
That's
good
a
to me.
lesson for some of these young motherfuckers who can't do their songs, not even, like with help.
Yeah, dude. Hey, and the way, like, I love the way that, you and Silos have worked out the set order. Like, you starting off with Where's It At remix is one of my favorites. Like, and just, like, the way he cuts and your guys' energy together on stage is super dope, man.
Yes.
I'm glad you guys are working together.
Yes.
Big shout out to CeeLos. That's it,
Yeah.
man. Word up. Thank you.
Salute to
CeeLos.
CeeLos, man.
Thank you, B. Yeah.
Hell yeah,
Thank
man.
you, C-minus.
That's the bro right there, man.
Yeah.
Salute.
All rappers should have a DJ cutting, I feel like.
Yes.
Yeah, a DJ, yeah, it's like, I remember, like, back in the days, MCs used to want to have the DJ, as like, because, you come up with, with a good show.
Yeah, it went hand in hand.
Yes, but now it's not so much, but,
I mean,
it's
if
still
you're
happening.
a DJ and you don't know how to scratch, man.
But it's not that. It's some of these rappers ain't having a DJ back there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or they might have one just for show, but he's just starting and stopping songs instead of allowing the DJ to. And so let's be 1,000 too. Some of the guys standing back there ain't really DJs.
True that.
Exactly. Be the manager or some shit.
Yeah, just like waving his hand in the air.
Hey. All right. Where are we at now? Yes. Let's get into the Insane Asylum. If you got a comment, question, shout out, suggestion, we are here for it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Open the door.
Welcome
Open
to
it
the
up.
Insane Asylum.
Double M is asking, did y'all get into watching the new Boys episodes?
I was going to say that earlier, but we got
Yes.
distracted.
Yes.
Pretty good, right?
Yeah. Did you watch last night's?
Did I?
With
Just give me a little.
Homelander and his kid?
Didn't see it.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm about to watch that
Okay.
today.
Yeah. We'll discuss tomorrow.
I gotta say, so far, new season, pretty good.
Man.
Only thing is mother's milk looks depleted.
Yes.
Too much Ozempic, son. Too much Ozempic.
But I think that's on purpose too.
Why?
I don't know, because like
Are you this is your thought that
My
they're doing
thought.
this on purpose?
yeah, because they're all like,
Is he supposed to be sick?
no, I think he's also drinking too much.
Yeah, but he looks like he lost too much weight is what I'm saying.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Notice, like,
I've
take a
noticed-
look
yeah,
at all
absolutely.
the seasons, and he's been like, slowly but surely losing a lot of weight.
Yeah,
Like, it's crazy. He looks a lot older.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's been 6 years. Right?
Yeah, but not all of them look as old. They all don't look like they've aged like that much. He kind of does.
Yo, who's your favorite boy? Like
Even
An
Huey,
old girl got a set of new. She got a new rack.
who Starlighter?
Yeah,
Starlight is fine.
you didn't notice that?
No, I didn't know. I
Oh,
just,
she's racked up now.
She's
son.
racked up.
her face looks normal though. That's kind of cool. Like it looks like.
Oh, she looks great. I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
Fine. Yeah, she's fine.
Yeah, it's noticeable. Is all
Yeah.
I'm saying.
She's beautiful.
It's off
Yeah.
the rack.
It's off the rack, son.
It's off the rack this
I
year.
like Black Noir.
Yeah.
Word
See.
up.
Yeah, that's your favorite.
See, 2 years ago, this year.
Boom! Look how she looks on the right. Boom!
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I know I'm right. I know what I saw.
Those are called.
I mean, I can't read, but I'm not blind.
Community goods. Yeah.
I can't read.
I just know shapes and stuff.
I can see shapes. Letters, numbers.
I'm blind.
Shapes.
I'm blind. I gotta feel them.
Oh my
hey,
I can't
All
see.
right,
I'm
all
blind.
right, all right.
I feel
moving
that.
on. Moving on.
Literally.
All right. Next.
All right, Play in here saying, I always thought making music was about as making much money as possible by being relatable. Saying, I grew up thinking music is to make money.
Well,
Well,
no.
you can make money off music, but if that's your sole intent, there's a lot behind it, and you better have talent for that.
Yeah, man.
But yes, for the record companies, their sole purpose is to make music. I mean,
Yeah.
have music made under their umbrella so that they own the art and that they could sell it where and whenever they want. And you'll get paid from it. Not as much as they do.
Nope.
But that wasn't, yesterday's game. Today's game, there's a little bit of that and some nuances to, record deals these days. It's not as,
Yes.
It's not as fucked up today because you can actually carve things out that you couldn't back in the day because they just wouldn't accept it. But these days, they don't want to spend as much money because when you got a long-term deal and that artist is hitting all the success points and stuff like that and all the benchmarks in the agreement, you have to pay them more money. And as they're more successful, when you're at the peak and you're getting paid the most you can off of the contract, right? Let's just say you'd start declining. But you're declining at a slow rate. So you're still hitting marks, but you don't have the pop at the end, right? You're still hitting the marks, meaning that every negotiation you can ask for more money. You're more expensive, even though you might not be selling as much records. And that's what fucks with record companies, that they got to keep spending that money knowing they're not going to make that money back.
Yeah.
Not in that market, not in that time when digital is becoming a thing.
True.
So they had to change up some of how they got down and how they signed artists and what kind of deal they gave them. So it's probably different now.
Yeah.
And artists, these artists, they know more because there's more information on what an artist's rights are, what they should have, what they should look for, what they should ask for more of.
Mm-hmm.
So people ain't taking shitty deals anymore.
That's right.
People used to take the deal that was in front of us, like the generation before us and even some of our generation, where like, to get this record deal, you got to give up all your publishing. Yeah. That's one of the most fucked up deals you could have.
Yeah, that was the worst.
And some people took that deal, even in the 90s.
Fucked.
I don't think people are taking that deal anymore.
No.
Because there's more information available to them, like and more opportunity to be an independent operator and not have someone, your career in the hands of someone.
Mm-hmm.
You could totally do it yourself.
Absolutely.
It just takes a little bit of money.
And a little bit of time.
And a little bit of time. And work. A lot of work.
A lot of work, though. That's the thing. Like,
Yeah. All right. Next one.
Ian here's asking, do you guys remember the enhanced CDs? I remember the Cypress Stoned Raiders and Deftones White Ponies actually had playable games on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember those.
Yeah.
Sony Music, and the record company, the recording industry, they trying to do cutting edge shit.
Yeah. Then I think Arista had it too. They had enhanced CDs. Yeah, and it would be like, so basically, like if you loaded, for those people who don't know what an enhanced CD is, it's a regular CD, but it had another a
suite
file in there that you could load onto your computer and extract that. And it would sometimes, take you to like a couple videos, a game that they would have on there.
Yep.
You could play
Velvet Hammer. Look at that.
Hell yeah. Hey, dude. Shout out to Bino.
Yep.
Atlantic. But yeah, dude, so it used to be a thing. Like if you would see you might see a couple videos or some behind the scenes footage of the making of the record, or and so it used to be like a viable part of the CD because you'd be like, oh, you get like 40 minutes of whatever songs or footage or something. It was cool.
Word. All right, next.
Let's see here. We got Bev in here saying, loving the House Shoes t-shirt. Shout to C-.
Oh, right on. Yeah, shout out to my brother House Shoes. I was on his show a while back, and I got to play some of my favorite shit. Well, actually, no, I had to play off his computer because my drive didn't load, so it was crazy.
Cool.
Sykes is saying, yo, B, where did you get your hat? The shit is fire.
Yeah, that is a dope hat.
Yeah.
Don't you know, they just come out of the air for me here and there. Hold on, let me see.
They just give them shit, free shit, yeah.
Was that the last baseball game you were at that you performed at?
No, I didn't get this there.
Okay.
This is a specialty LA hat. I don't know what brand makes it.
Dope.
Derek is saying in here, do not let them make you burn down warehouses. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, that seems to be the trend right now.
Don't do that.
You're doing more to hurt the environment too, man. Them fires come at a price.
Brooke is saying, yo, B, love listening to you guys on Shade 45 lately.
Thank you. Getting up early in the morning. Woo wee.
What time?
6:30.
Okay.
6:30, and then
Time to show stuff.
getting out by at the latest 7:20. and it's about hour 16, hour something.
So wait, you've been going in at 6 in the morning?
No, I've been getting up
Oh, okay.
and leaving at like 7:15,
Oh,
7:20.
okay. For 9?
Yeah, for 9.
Right.
But I get there around 8:30, 8:45.
Right on.
So it's not like getting there at 9. But they're always running kind of late. So I'm like, fuck, should I leave so early? Yeah. I seen the Yodis at Sway in the morning.
Word.
Salute to everybody down there. Man, that's family over there. And then to see the Yodis up in there who are also family.
Yeah, man.
You know, flipping it down there, like, you know, doing the interview, like they're coming up. I mean, if you're on Sway in the morning, you're fucking coming up, B.
That's a milestone.
Words getting around about you.
Yeah.
And, you know, the Yodis were there representing. They had, I came in, I was just going to go say what's up, you know, through the window. And then Sway called me in there and asked me about the Yodis and, you know, just all the give of love shit, right? And Heather B and everybody else. It was awesome to see everybody there. And it's great to see that Sway brought that show here to the West Coast.
That is cool.
Because he's going to get a whole other side now of what the representation of hip hop down here, which he knows very well because, you know, he's from out here.
He knows it a little bit.
And to have the squad with him.
Yeah, man.
Oh, man.
That's cool. And he's had some truly iconic moments.
So many.
Like in radio and in, you know.
But you know what? You don't have all the answers.
That's my favorite, dude. Hey, the Kanye thing, man, because it was so crazy to watch him. Because Sway is an amazing interviewer.
Yeah, he's great.
You know,
in hip hop, he's the best.
Yeah, because he taps in, you know, and he knows every record like we all know records.
And he's a good actor too.
And he goes way back.
Yeah.
He's our Howard Cosell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he does it
But
all.
you ain't got all the answers, Sway. Oh my God! And that was an iconic moment.
You know what? He could flip it next time he interviews him. He could flip it. You ain't got all the answers, yay!
Oh man, dude, I
would if I'm Sway. That's what I'm doing on the next interview. I'm setting that shit up. I'm gonna ask him a question that's totally easily answered, and then when he starts to answer it, do like The Rock. You know when The Rock used to interrupt people.
You ain't hey. You smell what The Rock is cooking, you know.
Say, hey,
it doesn't matter.
Hey, what do you think about the state of hip hop? C-?
Oh man,
you don't have all the answers. C-.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, he would do it. Doesn't matter what you think. What do you think about it? It doesn't matter.
Oh, that's the best.
See, if I was Sway, I would look to set that up in the next interview. I'd totally rock him.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But with that new line, you know what I'm saying? You don't have all the answers.
That's the best.
It is good. I gotta say, that created a moment.
Yeah, dude. I mean, when that happened,
Ye's got 3 moments he created.
And that's one of the top ones.
It's one of the top ones. The first one was with Mike Myers. The president
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That one.
Yeah.
On national TV, on a telethon or whatever the fuck that was.
George Bush doesn't like black people.
Pretty cringe, yeah.
That was, I mean, but that was so like, oh shit, that was our first look into Kanye moments.
Okay.
And George Bush was right there with him, right?
No, he wasn't.
Mike Myers.
Mike Myers.
Okay.
And then the second one, what was the second one? Damn it, there's a second one. And then the one we all know that's just you ain't got all the answers.
You ain't got all the answers, Sway.
There's a third one though. I'm trying to
I
think of. I can't remember it in this moment. I got the short term that we were talking about the other day. You know what I'm saying? But
when he started,
it'll come to me later. This one.
Yeah.
The look on Mike Myers' face was like, oh my God.
Oh, look at Chris Tucker.
And they cut to Chris Tucker, right?
He's like, what?
Is this before or after he said he went down on his cousin when he was young? I forgot that. Remember? I forgot.
He did talk about,
He said he used to go out regularly down on his cousin all the time.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. His cousin, he sure did.
Oh my God. All right, next one.
Well, I was gonna ask. I just remember Sway. Like, was he like in the rap scene? Was he a rapper and everything? I remember him from like MTV News as a kid.
No, see, before MTV News, see, that's that your generation would have been introduced to Sway there. But he used to have a show in the Bay with this guy named King Tech, and they would do Sway and Tech in the mornings out in the Bay, and they would have all the rappers on. We as Cypress Hill had done that show a few times. They're our boys. I can't remember if Revolution was with them from that time.
I think Joe Quicks was.
Or it was
right?
Joe Quicks, that's right.
Right.
And
OG.
Revolution came when they came to LA,
It was
right?
Oh, Joe
yeah,
Quicks.
because it was Joe Quicks. I think it was Prince Ice, and
Prince
then it
Ice.
was Revolution.
Yeah, so he had been doing interviews with hip hop artists when he was in the Bay doing radio at the Bay at KMEL. That was part of our ties, like Trace and DJ Franzen. You know, that's how we connect with all these guys when we started doing the Soul Assassins radio down there. But as artists, we connected with Sway and Tech. And, you know, so we've been locked in with Sway since 1991. He's been around since way back then.
Oh yeah.
And he went from, you know, doing radio to doing MTV and then coming back to do radio and in MTV and now the podcast form. So he's always been there. You guys just were introduced to him through MTV first.
Yeah.
No more
Yeah.
MTV.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he was at KMEL.
Yeah, I just said that.
Oh, yeah.
But no,
All right.
he's a legend. Like he got to hang out with like Obama and everything.
Yep.
Like everybody
Yeah.
knows him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody knows him. Yeah,
Popular.
That's
Very popular.
That's
Yeah.
Sway.
He's had some of the best interviews any journalist could ever have.
Yeah.
Let's see here. We got M Coach G saying, "Yo, B, you need to have Namek on the show."
Absolutely.
Yeah, I just saw a video.
Big
hit.
shout out to Namek. Hell yeah.
Yeah. We got to work on that. Got to reach out.
So love you, Nam.
Karina in here saying, "Screw digital. I want all the physical media. I wish everyone would go back to releasing it. That's all I want. I hit up record stores everywhere I go."
Yeah.
My question is, do you buy it to play it or just to have it and you listen to the digital? Because I mean to have all the
Collectors.
necessaries.
Yeah.
I'm just saying to have the necessaries gets expensive and then space for it. You know,
Yeah.
like if you had a turntable,
Yeah.
you got to have a receiver
Yeah.
and speakers and all the little home system. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
If you're gonna play it on vinyl,
True. Yeah, you got to have the setup. I mean, some people do listen to kind of like, I won't say Fisher. I mean, yeah, like kind
well,
of.
there is
Right.
Fisher Prices
Yeah.
that you could plug in a
Yeah.
speaker to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey, if
Come
that's the
on,
way
play.
you could get it in, fuck it,
But yeah, you got to like, I mean, I think you would want to play it if you buy it.
right?
I mean, unless you look at if you're looking at it like art and you're like, all right, I'm just going to stash it away
Yeah.
like art because it is that.
So
You
that
know?
no one touches this.
Yeah, this is, but you know, you got to open it to get the digital download code anyway. So,
True that.
So why not?
Why not?
Ian here saying, "A question for B. Whatever happened to the Cypress Hill van? They would hook us up with stickers and shirts."
The Cypress Hill van. What Cypress Hill van was that? I don't remember a van.
He's saying they would hook us up with stickers and shirts when I was in high school.
Oh,
You
like-
know, could have been that Sony. What year was that? could be, could be that was like a Sony thing. They were known to like record labels were known to like rap vans. They didn't necessarily call it that back then, but they would put some of the artwork and have the street team go in those vehicles into the places and give out the posters or whatever they were trying to promote that had to do with the group.
yeah, there is no more street teams. So
There
it's
is,
like-
but you got to
Yeah.
hire them independently because
Yeah.
the labels ain't trying to pay those guys unless they know it's a big ass record
Yeah.
and they want to promote it to everyone. Then they'll break their fucking pocket and come out for a street team. But even independent artists, if you have a little bit of money, yeah, you try to put a street team on.
wrap
on the
the van
game.
up or something.
Yeah,
He was saying it's in 2004 and the van was wrapped.
yeah,
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a thing.
yeah. That was
Sure.
probably Sony. Or wait, I don't know if we were still on Sony
That's
then.
Rock Superstar, right?
Yeah, it's probably that Sony had those vans going. And once you're off the label, those vans don't come around no more with that same rap. It's a different group.
Bree letting you warning you
Back to the
now.
show.
Yeah.
And Kush G is saying, I sent Percy P an email info to get him on the show.
Yes,
There we go.
please. Hell yeah.
Percy P.
Oh yeah, we got to get Big Purse up in here.
That's
Yeah, I used to see him all the time at Fat Beats over when he was on Melrose in Hollywood, man.
No, he got bars.
He
bro.
got bars,
Yeah.
and he did some amazing work.
You know, he hits me up to go to events all the time, and it just so fucking happens every time he hits me, we're somewhere else.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like, fuck.
it happens.
Yeah, he's. It's rare when he's caught me at home, but I got to link up with my dude. We got to get him down here.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, New York too. He was right there rocking with Fat Beats always.
Yeah, man.
Word.
You know,
He
selling
was a
his
staple.
selling his CDs and shit.
Yeah, man.
Moving them shits independent.
We see him all the time, man. Like,
No, he's the real thing. Yeah.
always on his grind too, man. But always will kill it at a show too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he was always front and center at Fat Beats right there on Melrose.
Yep.
Stupid is saying, Shade 45 loves you. Been listening to Sirius XM since 2006. Miss Stack Cheddar. Rest in peace to Big Dog. You're perfect in the time slot. Best combo since Rude Jude.
Thank you, man. You know, send some emails to Shade 45. Tell me you want Dr. Greenthumb in that slot. Yeah, you know, it's fun doing radio, as you know, and we've mentioned it before here on this. No, C- did radio, and Bobo and I and Doobie have done radio. We're familiar with the format and how it's done, and most especially on a, you know, platform like Sirius. I mean, Shade 45 on Sirius XM,
Yeah.
where you don't have the same hang-ups on regular radio with the FCC shit. You could, you know, talk like you want, like an adult, and you know, just be free. You know what I'm saying? So that would be a place for me for sure. If they were going to put me in that time slot, it'd be we would be off the chain. I got to tell you, you wouldn't be able to see us, right? Because we wouldn't be broadcasting that on a visual. So so I could sketch. You know, I could write sketches again that would be specifically audio driven, because that's the difference between doing this podcast shit. You know, the sketches we used to write, you couldn't really do that here because you don't have a visual to back that up. You know what I'm saying? And truthfully, you didn't want
Right.
visuals backing any of that up.
No.
They were way too graphic.
But your skits on the Soul Assassins radio, dude, were very visual. Like, you know, you guys told them well.
Yes.
That
You
is
could picture
true.
it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you would do like these commercials, or like you would do any of those skits, like, like because I was a fan of Cheech and Chong albums.
Thank you.
So like
Yeah.
being able to formulate the visuals, like I heard it and I was like, and then when you were telling me that some of that was like Jay Turner, and you know, and
Oh yeah,
you
I would
know,
write stuff for Jay Turner. I'd write stuff for Bobo and myself and FM,
That's awesome.
and everybody did voiceovers.
That's so amazing.
I mean, the Dr. Greenthumb intro for the song Dr. Greenthumb, the intro existed before the song. The intro sort of, like gave the idea to doing the song. Like we had done this. I had written that out for Quasi to voiceover, right? Because that's what you hear on the Cypress album. I think it's album 4.
Yep.
With Dr. Greenthumb. That's our boy Quasi doing the voiceover as Dr. Greenthumb. I wrote it out. I did one of the voiceovers in the background, and I think FM did. And
Dope.
you know, when I heard the beat, just the idea came to mind, like, oh shit, this would be cool. And I started writing the Dr. Greenthumb theme song right then and there.
Hell yeah.
But the intro is the shit that gave me the idea for that, because we went and took the intro that we had done on the radio and put that on as the introduction to that song. You know what I mean?
Hey, I remember as a young Psycho Les, like that was one of my goals, to work at a radio station or something.
Yeah.
Be a DJ, be a host or something.
Yeah.
But, you know, music just came and I just ended up in the studio working. So it was like, whatever.
Yeah. You know, I wouldn't mind getting back into radio to be able to like host a show.
Oh, we get this C-. Come on. Woo.
You know what I mean? Like be able to like do some like music based like show where it's just all music and talk about music. Yeah, that'd be the
Yeah.
shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, because that was the difference in our format than other mix shows is that we were doing like a morning show with a mix show mentality. Everything that we played was a mix. We didn't like one-off songs. We didn't do that part. All right, next one.
M. Kush G is saying, B, can you raffle some of your gear to the 5150s?
I might think about that. It's all extra large. There's no doubles. There's no larges. There's no mediums. There's no smalls. Extra large. So if I do raffle them off, I'll come up with some items.
Brad in here saying, got my tickets on day one. Cypress coming all the way south this weekend. Going to get there early and stay late. Shout to the Yodis. Let's rage.
Yes. Anyone come into High and Outside on Saturday, come early. Catch the full experience. Don't be one of those motherfuckers to be getting there all late and shit or halfway through. Because then you do the guys that are going on a little bit earlier, the Injustice. You know what I'm saying? You want to see Unconventional Kings. You want to see Coyote. You want to see, you most definitely have to see Tech Nine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to see Bone Thugs. You know what I mean? Of course you're going to see Bone Thugs.
Come on. Yeah.
But you want to catch everything. So, swell it up early.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
That's going to be dope.
All right.
Bradness is also saying, I think he's talking about your hat. He's saying no Dodgers allowed this weekend in San Diego. Gotta rock the San Diego hat.
What place y'all in? I ain't scared of no hat.
Right behind the Dodgers.
Right behind the Dodgers. Not in front of the Dodgers, but right behind.
That's one of the most classic rivalries, right?
It is.
The Padres and the...
Oh, really? Not the Dodgers and Angels?
No.
Okay.
No. It's the Padres.
Yeah, not really.
There's more hate driven there.
Dang, so the fans, they kind of get into it with each other. Like, you'll see a fight at one of those games.
What, bro?
Yeah, you just might.
Hey, the Padres, too, though. I mean, there's always been, like,
They're
parking
thorough.
lot fights.
Yeah, they're thorough down there. That's even more of Southern California right there.
Right.
They're the most south.
The Navy City. Yeah.
Right, the southest
The southest
of all of
of
California.
all of us. Yeah. We're northern to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How about that?
Too many
That's
beers.
true.
Say you motherfuckers are from up north.
We're 2 hours north of them. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, and they could claim that shit because they're right there.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Midget Mike. He's saying salute. Happy Thirsty Thursday. Cheers. Any of you guys drinking? Nope.
No.
I'm chilling right here, just water.
Drinking water.
Surprise. Yeah.
I forgot my drink. That's why.
All right.
Forget
Have you guys,
about it.
you guys ever had this happen in the super chat? Forever Genesis is saying, I'm so high. I just spent 10 minutes looking for my phone. It was in my hand the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
We have distracted you.
Yeah. Hey, well, no, I've been on some, like, looking for my glasses while I'm wearing them. Like, dude, I just saw them. Or, like, my phone, too, for sure. I've been on the phone, like, damn, I can't find my phone.
Yo, this is Forever Genesis. She was on the show.
Yeah,
I think, was it Tony A that brought her?
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to her.
Genesis.
Good memory.
Bako.
That's right. Bako
yeah.
in the house.
That's right.
All right.
Shout out to the Dominator for the memory.
All right.
We got, let's see here, Johnny in here. Thank you so much for the super chat. He's saying, I just landed at Cypress College.
Come on.
Word up.
Oh.
And Wizward Official is saying, I went to an E40's meet and greet, but the line was too long, so we went to the back, and we met him without having to stand in line.
Yeah.
Cheated.
Well, that's how you do it.
The cheat code.
Yeah.
Hey, I wanted to ask about a meet and greet. Have any of you three ever been to a meet and greet, like to meet like an artist, like pre you guys
No.
being like?
I have.
I never went to an in-store. Never. The meet and greets didn't exist till later.
Or just an in-store, let's say. But it was probably an in-store. Did
Nah,
you ever?
I never went to an in-store. I didn't even know they existed until I had to do one. You know what I'm saying?
What about you, Doobie?
I did one in Atlanta.
Yeah?
Yeah, just one, but I'm not into, I mean, I'd rather.
Well, who was the artist?
Who was the artist you went to go see for the meeting or for the record
In-store.
store? In-store.
No, he's talking about he did a meet and greet, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
I
okay.
didn't go see just for us.
So let's just say you're not the artist doing it. Did you ever go to one? Like that's what C- is asking. Was there a
Dilated
time that you?
at Fat Beats.
Nice.
I've been to a few actually.
That
Word.
Dilated Fat Beats.
And one of them was a disappointment. Like I went to see Primo when he had his new record with Nas.
This is before you're on, right?
Yeah, this is right now. Like
this was,
year.
Oh, I don't know what C- meant. Do you?
Yeah, I'm saying, have you guys ever been to like a meet and greet? You know,
Meet
what I
and
mean?
greet. Somebody's meet and greet.
Yeah,
I just went
you're
to see
or an
Primo.
in-store where you get something signed by either the new album or CD or.
Yeah. Go ahead. Which
I went to see Primo, and I also went to see Havoc.
right.
And got autographs because they had the new album, Mobb Deep.
Word.
And then my one disappointment, this was in Queens. It was a library, and George Clinton, it was right up the block from my house. So I was like, oh, shit, I'm gonna bring one of my vinyl and just buy a book. And, I get over there, and motherfuckers like, nah, I don't sign vinyl. I'm like, what you mean? I just bought your book too. Like, nah, I don't sign. So he's been on my shit list for a minute.
I feel you. That is crazy.
like the other day, my boy called me, yo, go to the record store, George Clinton. You know what I said? I was like, yo, fuck
out.
that nigga. For real. You want to sign my vinyl? You ass with me.
Dude, I stood in line. I've only stood in line for one. There's been one meet and greet. I went as a DJ. I was like, all right, I want to meet and greet because a friend of mine was like, yo, I can get you in line. And I was like, for real? I was like, all right. And that was Madonna.
Huh.
Wow. No,
It
that's
was
big.
at the Tower Records right there on
Wrapped
Crescent.
around the block. Huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dude, I waited in line 3 hours.
Yeah. No.
But I had a record with me that I wanted signed. And so I brought it to her and I got to meet her and I was like, dude, but it was 3 hours from the time I parked till the time I got to meet her. It was 3 hours.
Yeah. The only one I had been to is because I never been to them, till I had to do them.
Bro, okay.
But after, because I had still not done anyone's meet and greet in store up until Tommy Chong did one.
Oh, right on.
I can't remember what he was releasing. I think it was a flower or some sort of edible or some shit like that. And I went to his meet and greet
That's
and
cool.
I
kicked it with him.
I got that Cheech and Chong autograph.
Oh, that's
both of them.
dope.
The vinyl,
Yeah.
the
Hell
opens
yeah.
with the paper, the rolling paper.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's worth some.
Yeah.
I got both of them.
bread.
Yeah,
I just won.
I trip out on that show we did with them where we were at that what was it? The spot where
Woody Harrelson's Lounge.
Woody Harrelson's Lounge. But yeah, we were just all smoking with him. And that was a surreal moment.
Word up.
All of us there.
Next.
Kush Granny in here saying, yo, B, this granny is trying to outsmoke y'all on the smoke box.
Oh wow.
There we go.
Whoa.
All right. That's a hell of a task, though.
Wow.
But I don't doubt women when they say that shit because when you see the way that some of these women be doing dabs, out dabbing dudes all day, like,
You get
I don't doubt it. But I'm very difficult to outsmoke. Let's just say that.
Right.
All right.
We should get the weed nuns on the show.
Word up.
I know they grow for like a bunch of companies and everything like that, I believe.
Oh,
Yeah.
We got Dominic Jones in here saying, I was so high, I was waiting for a stop sign to turn green one time.
Been there.
That happened to me.
That's pretty high.
I've been there.
Think you had a green light. You there?
Oh,
waiting?
yeah, no, you're like you're at the red light. No, you're at the green light.
I mean,
like
yeah,
at the
you
red
got
light.
The red light.
Yeah, no.
And then Eddie sent this in. I think you guys were talking about the drone gun. Here's the president's
There it is.
CIA with one.
Yeah.
Secret
Wow.
Service.
Oh yeah, they got
That way, if there's a drone spying on him
Take a
while
strip.
he's fucking playing golf
clip
with a little kid,
them, clip it,
clip it good.
clippers.
All right.
And that seems to be it.
Word up. Salute to all y'all that got down with us today on the afternoon Dr. Greenthumb Show. We're sorry we had to switch the time on you, but filling in the Shade 45 slot makes us have to push an hour, later. So we thank you for bearing with us. Know that we will be back tomorrow at the same time, 1 o'clock. So, right, it was 1 o'clock. That's right.
Yeah.
Check with us tomorrow. Check in and get down with the Dr. Greenthumb Show. But if you got Sirius XM in the car, will be on Shade 45, 9 a.m. or around that time, maybe 10 a.m. because sometimes it runs a little late.
Mm-hmm.
But
we got the giveaway too.
But we'll be up there, and we also got the giveaway before we go. So this is for the tickets to High and Outside, Petco Park, Cypress Hill, Bone Thugs, Tech 9, Coyotes, Unconventional Kings. Let's check it. Let's see who gets these tickets. Mine. Ooh, Rodrigo Polanco. That's all right. Salute Rodrigo or Rodrigo. Try saying that, Bolton.
Rodrigo.
You see, he took the easy way out. He was trying to roll the R to save his life there.
That's my pop's name. That used to be my pop's name.
Oh, Rodrigo, huh?
Rodrigo.
Word up.
Oh.
Yo, Drigo, check this out. Hit us up at, BREALTVcontest@gmail.com to get all the information. And congratulations. We hope you enjoy.
We got one more, I believe.
All right.
Here we go.
Pop it off, B.
Oh, Joseph G.
Joseph G. No. Yeah.
Joseph.
No. Yeah. Yeah. No.
Jose.
Jose. It could have been Jose.
Jojo.
I think
Jose
it's
PhD.
Yeah, Jose PhD. Or Joseph.
Joseph G.
Joseph G.
Jose.
We get all complicated over here. and
Yeah.
shit. Hey, email us. Same thing. BRealTVcontest@gmail.com. And we get you in, baby. Thank you for your participation. Salute to everybody that participated.
Yeah.
We're going to do more giveaways in shows to come. But not this one. Maybe tomorrow. Who knows? Anyway, we want to thank you for your time, energy, love, and support. As always, pass that positivity around. All right. Keep love in the heart very close. C-.
What up? Shout out to everyone here at the table. Doobie, shout out to B, shout out to Les, shout out to everyone that I saw at the serial killers party. It was good seeing everybody. You can follow me at C-Fan4 on all the social medias. Oh, tonight I'll be over at Night on Earth in the Studio City with DJ Fatrick. We're going to be doing post-punk, new wave, and indie, and some shoegaze too. So that'll be tonight. It'll be on my Twitch too, at C-Fan4 on Twitch as well. So I'll see you back here tomorrow for another edition of the Dr. Greenthumb Show. And y'all have a good one. What up, Psycho Leezy?
Oh, man, just chilling. Shout out everybody that's on the chat, just hanging out with us. The whole Dr. Greenthumb crew, everybody out in Europe when we was on tour. Shout out to y'all. Go to the website, thepsycholessshop.com. Also, if you're on the IG, follow at the new Psycho Less page and go to the Psycho Less Shop page also.
Shout out the Insane Asylum. Thank you guys so much. Shout out to the giveaway winner. Shout out to you guys. BRealTVcontest@gmail.com. Shout out to Ray Morning Shot Film. Shout out to the Dominator and Doobs. What's up?
Hey, just big shout out to everybody who came to the whiskey and checked out Serial Killers, man, and supported us. Word up, man. Just thank you guys. Just thank you. Word.
Start with love. Swallow that.